Good morning, folks. This is Steve Cooley at the Guitar Emporium in Louisville, Kentucky.
Now, I noticed that when I came in here. Metal body, Resonator, ukulele.
Yeah, that's a tongue twister there.
Yeah.
Metal body, Resonator, ukulele.
Now, who makes that?
Well, that one's a replica of a 1920s piece that the National Company made back in the 20s.
Guitars
yeah,
and...
you know, they were the original Resonator guitar company. They offered them, the National people did in the 20s, they would be engraved, you know, they had the complete complement of stuff in the ukulele line that they would have had in their other metal bodied stuff. That one is one that's made by the Johnson company. Sounds like a ukulele with a resonator on it, you know. Anybody that's out there, if you're not up on what the big deal was with Resonator guitars to start with, they're sort of the bridge between electric guitars and acoustic guitars. Society was changing. Venues were getting noisier. Automobiles came into existence. Everything was starting to get amped up louder. Before they figured out how to make electric guitars and amplifiers, you had Resonator guitars. They were an attempt to make everything louder to compete with man's impending volume levels coming into the 20th century. The reason so many of the blues guys ended up playing Resonator guitars, they ended up in the pawn shops because the musicians that had bought them to play with the swing bands, jazz bands, didn't need them because it was a short period before they figured out how to make electric guitars and amplifiers.
Essentially, the cone on them is like a non-electric amplifier.
Yeah, it's a speaker cone sort of made of aluminum that has the bridge attached to the speaker cone. Strings go over the speaker cone. Makes it a little bit louder, a little bit more sustained. Sort of a, but yeah, it still sounds like a ukulele. So you can't do much to a ukulele, not enough string tension to really drive the cone really hard. But it's sort of neat, and you can, you know, the good thing about that is you can check your stage makeup before you get on stage.
Now, how do you can't really put a pickup on that.
You can, you know, contact pickup, put one on the Resonator. A whole lot of people do that with, you know, Dobro style spider cone Resonators, or even the National convex cone with the biscuit bridge. A whole lot of people will put a contact pickup on the cone.
They kind of have this like almost like hollow sound to them. It sounds a little bit different than
It's a much different tone than anything else. The National style ones. The National style cones have a whole lot less sustain than the spider bridge instruments.